Hey, good morning, everyone. Look at me. I'm in my bathrobe. Shocking. Slippers from Beth. Anyway, this is, as you know, my favorite comfy at-home clothing attire. And so this morning, tonight's our family dinner. So this morning I'm putting together a banana cream pie. And so this is gonna be really delicious, and it's kind of a multi-step process, so we'll be in and out. I've got the pastry crust, the pie crust is in the oven right now. That's cooking, and so right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the cream. So here we go. Let's see, I need my glasses. Take a saucepan here, and we are gonna take 1 2/3 cup of milk. And we want to just do this on kind of a medium-high heat because you don't want it to boil. Now this is a vanilla bean. Smells really sticky. Well, it's a half a vanilla bean, but smells super sticky and sweet and really strong vanilla. And if you can get the fresh vanilla, you want to use it. It's kind of expensive, but it's much more flavorful. And then the thing that's fun about it is it has these little vanilla seeds inside. So we put that in the cream. It makes the color very pretty as well. So here's how you do this. You take a little edge of a knife, and you just basically make a little incision there, and you open the bean up. Oops, I think I didn't do it quite strong enough. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. See those beans, those seeds coming out? Look at that. Wow, they're really fresh and kind of sticky, and they smell heavenly. So what we're gonna do now, I'm just gonna take the back of the knife and basically scrape those seeds out like this, put them in the pan, and I wanna make sure I get all the seeds out. So I'm gonna like that, and you can see it. It's real sticky. Throw that in the pan, and then for flavor, I'm gonna throw this whole seed pod in there as well, and we'll take that out in a little bit. So now I'm gonna add about 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm gonna reserve a few teaspoons of this sugar to put in this bowl here. And now what we're gonna do is we just want this to kind of simmer slowly, and the milk will absorb the vanilla flavor, and of course the sugar will sweeten it up a little bit. There's plenty of sweetness in this because, of course, bananas are super sweet. So the next thing that we're gonna do is in our bowl over here, we're gonna add, we're gonna take 1 large egg. Here we go, 1 large egg. And then we just want 2 egg yolks. Let's go over to the sink here. Got lots of dishes in the sink because it's morning. There's Chadley's coffee. And so on this one, we just want the yolks. So I'm gonna let the whites go down the drain there. Ooh. Okay, throw those in there like that. Excellent. Okay, back over here. And I'm going to whisk those up a little bit. And hold on here, let's see, add the cornstarch. Okay, and then this here is, I've got 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and I'm going to whisk that cornstarch into here as well. Make sure I get all of it. And you want to make sure that you whisk this, and really that you incorporate all the cornstarch with the eggs, because you don't want it lumpy at all. So just kind of keep going until it's just a nice smooth texture like that. So yeah, that's really nice. There's no lumps in there. Okay, so we'll just, at this point, we're just gonna wait for this to simmer, so we'll be back in a sec. Okay, well, so this has been simmering for about 5 minutes, and you can just see that how it's making little bubbles, so it's not like a full boil. So I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I'm gonna take the vanilla bean out of there, and you can see those beautiful seeds. They're kind of coating the pan, and as this thick mixture gets thicker, really what we're trying to do, we're making a cream, but it's almost kind of gonna be like a pudding texture. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take some of this warm cream, turn this down a bit, And so I turned it to about medium low. And what I want to do here, I'm going to whisk real fast while I add some of the milk. And the reason that you do this rather than just pouring the eggs right into the warm cream is you want to warm up those eggs, and you definitely don't want to just do it really quickly or it'll kind of curdle the eggs. You sort of will end up with scrambled eggs. So now I'm coming to my pan. I'm going to whisk real fast. I'm going to stir in my egg mixture like that. And and you can see that it's thickening very, very quickly. And that's what you want. You want to keep going until you have like a pudding, like a thick pudding texture. And again, keep going. Okay, that's it. It's done. Okay, so next step, turn off with the heat. And I'm going to add just a little, like tablespoon and a half of butter. And I'm going to stir that in there. And the heat of the pudding will just melt that right away. My butter just came out of the fridge, so it's a little cold. Melt that. Keep stirring. We don't want it to curdle. Okay. Butter's mostly melted. Well, I would suggest having your butter at room temperature so you don't have to go through quite this much. I'm going to grab a spatula out of my floor. Making a big mess, like I always do. Coming over here, we're going to take the cream and we're going to pour it into this kind of a big bowl because I want a real shallow
pudding.
A real shallow pudding, so this can cool nice and quickly. So now what I'm going to do is take a piece of plastic and I'm going to put the plastic right in there, right on top of the pudding. And so it makes kind of a little seal. You can see that. Okay, I'm going to let this cool for a few minutes on the counter, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge and it'll cool for a couple hours, and we'll be back later to assemble the pie. Hi guys, I'm back ready to assemble the banana cream pie. I've got a few things organized here just so the video doesn't go on and on. There are lots of components for the banana cream pie like we talked about earlier. We made our the cream that is going to go on top of the bananas, and that's been chilling in the fridge for a couple of hours. So I'm just going to take that plastic wrap off, and it's all perfect. So I made the pie crust earlier. We'll have to have a lesson someday in making pie crust, but you can always buy pie crust at the grocery store too. So it's like, I think it's in the freezer section. But so what I've done here is I've sliced up bananas on the bottom, just basically covering the pie crust with bananas. And then I'm going to take about half the banana here. I'm going to just cut it in half here and slice that up into here. And we're going to mix this in. So just a bit. Let me get this a little bit closer so you can see. And then I'm going to take a dollop of the whipped cream here. I would say about a cup of it. And I'm going to just fold that in, and you want to do it kind of real slow and gentle, because if you stir whipped cream instead of folding it in, it'll get kind of runny. And we want this to be real fluffy texture. And so, because the pudding stuff was pretty thick, the cream was real thick. We talked about those vanilla seeds earlier. And I don't know if you can see them on here or not, but they're really pretty. They're just, if you think about like vanilla bean ice cream, it kind of looks like that. Okay, so then at this point, what I'm going to do is take the pastry, which has already been baked. Then I cut up the apples, then I cut up the bananas, and then I'm going to just add this yummy cream mixture, putting cream mixture right on top, just like that. Let's get this out of the way so you can see it. And that is going to just smooth it right on top of those bananas. Kind of push it down a little bit so it goes in between the bananas. And then I'll be right back. I had to grab another clean spatula. Okay, so then on the whipped cream, we didn't talk about that. I just did the whipped cream in my KitchenAid mixer, and I did 2 cups of whipping cream and about maybe about 1/4 cup of sour cream, just to kind of give it a little bit of tanginess, and then a little bit of powdered sugar just to sweeten it up a little bit. So that was probably like, I don't know, again, maybe in like 1/4 cup. So now what we do is we just take this delicious whipped cream mixture. I like to kind of just put it in the center of the pie like this, mound it up, because a good banana cream pie definitely has a big mound in the center. So then I'm just going to kind of push this down like this. Just try and keep that mound in the center as much as possible. There we go. Just go all the way around. Trying to just cover up that cream filling so that that's kind of nice and protected in there. Kind of like a surprise when you bite into it, cut it and bite into it. Okay, there you go. So, and then you could get fancy with it if you want, but hey, that's pretty good. So there you go. There you have it, with a nice mound in the middle. And let me just tell you, this is delicious, and anybody would be delighted to eat this. So how to make it simple? Like I said, you could buy the pie crust at the store in the freezer section. You don't have to make your own. And the cream, you saw the cream center is really, really quick to make. I mean, honestly, I made it in like 10 minutes. So the only thing that, and then of course whipping cream is just easy as pie. So the only thing is you do have to allow the time, because now we've kind of messed with our cream and the whipped cream. It's going to go in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, and that way when you serve it and when you cut into it, you get this wonderful slice with the layers of the pastry, the banana, the cream, the whipped cream. It's just a whole lot of love. So speaking of love, I love you all, and happy cooking.